Right, Game of Thrones, welcome. So the day is divided into 4 battles, and it's all about who's going to sit on the Iron Throne, which is that chair at the end of the day. The first things first is you've got to pick your house, and this is your house until your deed. Okay? So I'm House Targaryen, this is my flag. House Targaryen will be fighting for the Game of Thrones. Neil, would you like to pick a house?
A Targaryen, is that who Targaryen?
Daenerys? Yes.
Oh, right.
John?
Or is he?
Oh, the one that always been picked has already been picked.
Oh, it's like the future all over again.
So Nia starts the day as House Lannister. Now Lannister starts on the Iron Throne. So
I thought it was Robert Brock.
I thought you were after a good
You've trousers matching everything.
Yeah. Actually won the cup.
Is there more than one of them?
John, bend the knee for your
John, bend the knee.
Bend it. So, the rules of Westeros. Same as always. It's all about speaking with ideal prospects, booking meetings, getting referrals. The whole point of today is the biggest army wins, so it's all about building up your army. And then 3 to 5 is the final, it's the assault on King's Landing. Whoever has the largest army at the very end collectively win, but the head of that is obviously the person that sits on the Iron Throne. They win the rule of Westeros.
So, Mark, we're doing prospecting day today at Refract. We've put some stuff out on social. I want to know from you, why is prospecting day so important?
Yeah, so Prospect Day is something we do every month at Refract. It's one day where we make sure there's nothing in the calendars. The whole sales team comes together and we absolutely just hit the phones, try and have as many conversations as possible. Now they're carefully considered conversations. You know, we build up our data the weeks before and really plan who we want to speak with. But the reason it's so important, one, it's great for sales camaraderie. Like we all sort of have a real buzz in the office. We all have a right laugh and take the mickey out of each other. So it's really good from a team bonding point of view. But the reality is we book a lot of meetings. You know, we're very good at making cold calls and resonating with ideal customers and putting time in the calendar to speak. It's an incredibly successful day every month where we book a large chunk of our meetings for that week. So it's great fun. Normally it's consists of 4 or 5 rounds throughout the day, and those rounds can really vary on the games we play. It can be play your cards right, it can be battleships, it can be hangman. There's loads of different types of games that we play, but today's a little bit different. We've featured it all around Game of Thrones. So do you know, like when sometimes you see a TV show,
Yeah.
and that TV show has got a name, and you just think to yourself, the whole concept of this show has come about as a result of the name, like a clever pun, not clever. Very much like Alan Partridge when he's trying to think of series 2. That's what's happened here. I was walking from one meeting to another in London. I just thought about Game of Thrones. I thought Game of Phones. Can we make a whole prospecting day around that? And somehow I've managed it. So yeah, the whole day's themed on Game of Thrones.
Okay, so let's talk about the day. So it's a game of phones based on Game of Thrones. Give us a sense of some of the individual games that you've gone through throughout the day, because I know there are definitely people who are interested in both hearing what we've done, but how they can apply it and maybe create their own prospecting day.
Sure. Topic aside, prospecting day always works the same way. We all get in just that little bit earlier, coffees, bacon sandwiches, really set ourselves up for the day, and someone normally takes the lead on organising this day. So the back end of that is sorting out the data as well. We want everyone to be armed to the teeth with relevant data. So we have that coffee, bacon sandwich, and we get ourselves set up. And then, as I say, throughout the day we have 4, maybe 5 individual rounds. Today we've named them all after battles in Game of Thrones. So there's Battle of Castle Black, Battle of the Bastards. There's the Red Wedding. There's the Battle of Blackwater, and then there's the Assault on King's Landing. Each round has a different objective and a different prize. So the first one, the Battle of Castle Black, was all about building your army. There was a number of sticky notes on the wall. Every time you spoke with a prospect or booked a meeting, you got to pull off either 1 or 2 sticky notes. And behind there was either more men for your army, catapults, dragons, wildling beasts, which really sort of built the foundations of your army.
So tips then for somebody maybe in a similar position to yourself, they want to do a prospecting day. They're not sure where to start. What are some of the pointers to get people started when it comes to putting together a day like this?
Sure. So prospecting day is all about creating energy and enthusiasm. The first step though is data. Your team have got to have the right data. So as I say, we very carefully select all our data ahead of prospecting day. Everyone is good to go. The second thing is just design your rounds in short bursts, maybe an hour to 90 minutes maximum, and you don't have to be really complicated like we have with interlinking games. You know, a typical prospecting day, we'll play your cards right for an hour, where every time you book a meeting, you get to come and meet Bruce Forsyth, and you'll play your cards right, and didn't he do well? Mm-hmm. We've done pass the parcel. Every time you book a meeting, you pass the parcel around, and you unwrap a layer to get a prize. Other rounds include putting a sticker of a celebrity on your head. Every time you book a meeting or speak to a prospect, you can have a guess at who you are. There's loads of games that you can tie up nicely to sales. Our favourite is battleships. Everyone draws a battleship grid out, and then when you book a meeting or speak with a prospect, you can fire rockets onto other people's grids and again wipe out their boats. So really, you're only limited by imagination and organisation.
And you mentioned short bursts. I'm guessing to maintain that level of energy throughout the day is a real challenge. Yeah. So it's important to break it up into chunks with breaks in between.
Yeah, absolutely. So I make sure that we always have, when I organise a prospecting day, we all have a proper lunch break. And that's when we all come together and we have a laugh, but that is a real down period. So yeah, you've got to split the day up into sessions and make sure people have got that focus for each session. And come the end of the day, the sales team's heads will be battered, but that is a sign of a really good day. Loads of names on the board, prizes are being won left, right and centre, and everyone goes home feeling good. You know, the pipeline is topped up.
Yeah. Last question, how does use of Refract fit into a prospecting day? How do you use Refract to learn some of the lessons of what's worked or not worked so well during a prospecting day?
Yeah, so the first thing is every single one of our calls, we record them through Refract, and there's a few reasons for that. One, because we're having so many conversations and booking so many meetings, we need to be able to revisit those calls. So I typically book 7 or 8 meetings on a prospecting day, and they're in my calendar for the next couple of weeks. Ahead of that call, I need to remember what was said, and if I am living in the moment of the call, having it recorded, that enables me to really speak and focus. If I'm writing notes, saving it to the CRM, etc., it slows me down. So we record all the calls, we listen back to them individually ahead of that next meeting, refresh ourselves. You know, what did we talk about? What was the sort of language that they used? What challenges did they briefly discuss with us? Secondly, we share them as well. So on prospecting day, we may be a little bit more confident, a little bit more bold, a little bit more brave with our call openings, and also qualifying in and out. So, you know, if a new cold call technique works, I'll share that with the team, or they'll share that with me. So we pass calls around that are working, or nuggets of calls that are working, and really use it as a tool just to share best practice and winning formulas.
All hail King Sutherland of House Martell! King of the North! King of the North! King of the North!